Pakkhi, welcome. How are you this evening?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. And on behalf of all of us here, I would like to congratulate you on the spectacular performance in Special Ops.
Thank you so
You,
much.
yeah, and I mean it. You have a very limited screen time, but you have done full justice to the well-written role. And believe me, the best thing about you is, of course, you. You have such beautiful smile, and when you smile, your entire face lights up, and your
Thank you so
eyes,
much.
which are so expressive that they really sparkle. So keep smiling throughout the session and throughout your life. I know today we are in the midst of a crisis, but this will get over soon. We need to be strong, we need to be together, we need to follow the rules of social distancing. But social distancing does not mean social isolation. We are all in it together. We should generate ideas, we should need help each other and the poor people at large. So with this perspective, let me begin by asking you, not many people know about you because you are a relative newcomer, you have made an entry with a bang, but if you can tell us about your background, your education, your family, how did you get the first role, and so on and so forth. So please begin.
First and foremost, I would really like to thank everyone for joining in. I can't wait for all of us to have fun together. Coming back to the question, I started working when I was 7. So
Okay,
at that
okay.
time, I was modeling and I was more into TVCs. And I've done a reality TV show as well, but that was when I was 9. So that's how I started. But I took a step back because I was juggling a lot of things at school. So in middle school, I took a step back and I focused solely on my studies because I was always in the top 3 in my class. So I wanted to focus on that. I am from Loreto Convent, Delhi. So
Hmm.
I am a proud Loretoite. Loreto is, it was founded in the 1600s by Mary Ward. And there are some 150 Loreto schools across the world today. Whatever compassion I have, whatever environmental consciousness, social consciousness, or sense of social responsibility I have, if I'm confident, if I'm driven, or I'm ambitious today, it's all because of my school and my teachers. Also because of my parents, because they've always had my backing, they've always supported me. I come from a business family. So my dad is into residential construction. My mom is a housewife. And the fourth member is my little dog, Dodo. So it's 4 of us.
Okay.
So when I took a step back, when I was in middle school, I thought that I'm going to start once I graduate. So what happened was that I think I was given my pre-boards. At that time, I got a call from the Handprint Studios. They were in charge of casting in Delhi, telling me that there's this Netflix web series that's going to be happening soon. So we're auditioning for that. So will you be interested? I didn't know what to make of it because they said that they've already given me and they've already gotten into touch with me through mail, and they sent me the script, and if I can make it, I should go for the audition, which was supposed to happen the next day when I had my free board. So I open my mail, and the first thing I read is, "Congratulations, you've been shortlisted for Sophia." I gave my audition the next day. I was so happy. I didn't know what to make of it because I was totally not expecting something so big happening while I was giving my pre-boards, because I always had a plan to start once I graduated, but I didn't know it would happen so soon. So I really feel lucky. That moment I always want to remember, because whenever I feel like, okay, things are not going my way, I'm not, getting new projects, I always hold on to how I felt that evening, because I felt that all my dreams are gonna finally come into place. I give my pre-board the next day, change in the car, go through my script. There were 2 scenes, and yeah, I'm here now.
Great. So, for your role in Special Ops, which is really doing wonders across the globe, what is the best compliment you have received so far?
So there was this one message that I received that said, my eyes were really expressive. The innocence was really visible in my eyes. And even though there was such big characters, such big actors working with me. I held my ground. So that was the best compliment that I got, I think, because they really said that the action sequence gave them goosebumps.
Oh, very good.
I'll always remember that.
Fantastic. So, you are a responsible citizen of the world, apart from being an actor, and all of us are going through very tough times. So, as an individual, how are you coping up with the situation? Because you come from an affluent family, and touch wood, you had a very cushy life, and there have been very few moments of stress. But I'm sure this is a stressful situation for all of us. So, how are you coping up with the situation, and what have you done for the underprivileged? If you can take us through that. You know?
So all of us have that luxury of staying at home. It took everything. It took for us to leave, for us to lose everything to understand that even staying at home is a privilege and staying at home is a luxury. But many people don't have that today. And I think it's really important to, stand with people at a time when they really need us, because they don't have those luxuries that we have. When I realized that there were these organizations that were coming about, like Give India or Feeding India, to just name a few, whatever social influence that I have on people on my social platform, I made it a point to encourage them to give donations and to stand with their fellow citizens, today when they really need us. Also, there are construction sites just across the street from mine. So there are a lot of construction workers there. So my parents have been giving them food grains. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say that a lot of us before this lockdown would feed the street dogs. And now we've taken a step back. So let's just not do that. Let's just keep the animals also in our minds.
At this juncture, I just want to give you the feedback. I was going through the chat column, and there is a request from the attendees that your face is little too bright. So if you can tilt your screen a little bit, so that people will be able to see more clearly. That's one part, and try and speak a little louder so that there is a seamless experience for all of us, and both of us are audible to people. So this is the feedback which I had received from the attendees. So I thought, let me share it with you. So as a millennial, how do you see your life post the pandemic? How soon do you think will we get over? You are of course not an astrologer, but once the pandemic is over, how will things pan out for you, and what are you looking forward to?
I think it's really important to learn the fact that we should coexist from this. If we don't understand that today, I think that is going to be our greatest loss. I don't know in terms of economy, I can't really comment on that, but in terms of how we've been going about our lives, how we have been living like the environment is dispensable, I think that is something that we should really take away from this, because as soon as, the lockdown happened, I don't remember hearing birds chirping the last time. I don't. I think it was when I was 9 in Delhi. But now the birds have been coming back. I'm seeing butterflies. I grew up catching butterflies in school, and then now they are hardly visible. But as we went into the confines of our own homes, the animals came out, they got their own space, our nature started breathing again. So I think that point I would really like to highlight in this. That is one thing. Coexistence is something that we should really take away from everything that's happening.
So there was a
and everything that we put on a pedestal, like money, celebrities, politicians, it's all just made up. At the end of the day, just human connection, social responsibility, love, these things are going to save us.
Okay. Now there was a feedback that, I'm not audible enough. So I have put on these headphones. They look a little funny, but I guess if people are able to hear me clearly, it's worth the effort. So Pakkhi, you are looking lovely this evening.
Thank you.
So can you tell us what are you wearing? And not just the jewelry, the total look. Can you tell us?
Okay. So I'm in one of my favorite tops. This is a crop top. I'm wearing my semi-precious earrings.
Okay.
I'm wearing this diamond that I always have around my neck because of
Mm-hmm.
sentimental value. I
Okay.
got this on my 19th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
These two rings. This is what my nani gave me for my 15th birthday, I think. I was obsessed with infinities. So it's an infinity encrusted with diamonds. And this is a Tiffany's ring that I bought myself when I had saved up enough, when I started working again.
Oh,
So
great.
whatever may come and go, all these three things are on me. Just my earrings changed.
Hmm. So, just for my attendees, I would like to say a few words that there is a lot of overlap between Gen Z and millennials. Gen Zs actually do not have purchasing power, and they have to depend on the pocket money, or most of their purchases are financed by their parents. But Pakhi is an exception. Though she's Gen Z, she has the purchasing power of millennials. So that's something unique about you. So, Pakhi, tell us something that for some special occasions like this, I consider that this is a special occasion for you. How do you plan your entire ensemble? How do you go about planning what to wear, your accessories and your dress? Just run us through, because why I'm asking you this, these are not trivial questions. We want to understand how a millennial prepares. So please tell
There's
us.
a lot of Pinteresting that goes into it, honestly. So
Okay.
whenever I have to dress up for anything, I'll first Pinterest. I'm going to make a mood board too. So if I know that I'm supposed to be somewhere, and if I have like even a month's gap, I think I'll start preparing that very day that I get to know that I'm supposed to be here at a particular time. So if it is something bigger, as in if I'm supposed to be attending a party, or if I'm supposed to be at a family wedding or somewhere, the first thing I do is I check my closet for anything that I'm not going to wear again, so I can reuse it by changing it up a little. In the sense that just G'ing it up, chopping it up, or whatever, just increasing its reusable value. So if I have something that I know that I could change, I call my Masi, she's a designer. And then obviously my mom's there. So this is my dream team. So basically they are something out of Project Runway on Netflix, if I'm going to be really true about it. They design what I'm going to wear. I tell them this is the particular look in my head. I show them my mood board. This is what I want to look like. This is going to be my jewelry. This is going to be these shoes I'm going to be wearing. This is going to be my outfit. And then they see what best they can do with the already existing clothes, because it's really important to reduce your fashion waste. So I believe in reusability. So that's the first thing I do. I
So
check what I
most
can reuse.
most of the girls of your age, for them, approval from friends, ratification that you are looking beautiful matters a lot. So when you get ready, do you seek your friends' views or feedback? Do you
I
do
do.
that?
I do. Before stepping
How do
out,
you do that?
I have
How
to
do you
send
do
them
that?
a picture for sure.
Okay.
I
Okay.
show them 3 to 4 different things that I've shortlisted, and then I ask them to pick the best. But the first person I go to is my mom, always.
Okay.
So her opinion matters the most.
So on an average, how many selfies do you take in a day?
I don't really know the answer to that. I don't take selfies just to post. If I'm talking with my friends, I talk through videos. So I think I really cannot count how many.
Okay. See, research shows that many of us look at our cell phone, the smartphones, 150 times in a day. And I believe girls do a lot, more than
It's not just
150.
girls. I think we should stop generalizing. It's
I know. I
everyone.
already told you that the average is 150. So
Yeah.
the cell phone has played a very important role in our lives, and it has made so many products obsolete. We don't need a camera these days. We don't need an audio system. We don't need a calculator. We don't need so many other things. But one of the girls whom I know, she told me that one of the things which the smartphone has made obsolete is the little mirror in the compact. Girls used to carry that compact, which had a mirror. So when they used to get ready, they used to use that mirror to look at themselves. But nowadays they don't really need a mirror. Is there anything which comes to your mind that which has made obsolete in your life? Any product category which is obsolete because of the smartphone?
Nothing really.
Hmm.
But I think smartphone for me is indispensable because I can connect with my friends more. So my friends live halfway across the country. So
Okay.
I've had this best friend since 8th grade,
Hmm.
Shivanjali, and she lives in Hyderabad. We
Hmm.
have not met after 8th grade, but we're still the thickest of friends.
Hmm.
So it's not that something has become obsolete in my life, but it's indispensable because it's made everything just so accessible.
Okay. So great. Now we'll straightway come down to the jewelry. Tell me, what does jewelry mean to you?
Jewelry is anything that can that's basically that adds an embellish to my outfit. It's anything that can turn my outfit into something that is going to be simple but effective. It just something that adds the extra bling.
Okay. So when it comes to purchasing jewelry, uh, how do you go about it? And how important is the family jeweler in making a purchase decision? Because most of our attendees are from the jewelry business, most of them are retail jewelers. So if we can understand from you, your perspective on it, we'll be really grateful.
I have the first piece of jewelry that I've ever bought myself is the Tiffany's ring. So what went into it was the brand mostly.
Mhm.
Because I decided when I was 12 that I want to be the first person to give myself a Tiffany's ring. So whenever I've saved up enough, that's what I'm going to do with my money. So otherwise, if I'm ever thinking of buying something, I think I'd always go for precious stones rather than going for like gold. Uh, yeah, so if I'm purchasing something and it has to be, I love semi-precious stones. I'd love precious stones over anything like gold or just
Yeah,
plain.
when we had a chat last week, you said your birthstone is a diamond. So tell me your relationship with the diamond.
Okay, so I do a lot of reading when it comes to different cultures and traditions. So I think it's been a year since I've been reading about paganism, and currently I'm reading about Wicca. So it's this neo-pagan religion that's based on energies and the universe. So I started getting really into what energies mean and how different things have different energies, how different stones have different energies. And that's when I realized that my birthstone is a diamond. So its energies are more attuned with mine. So that's why I've always been big on diamonds since then. I
Okay.
got a diamond on my birthday. That's the
Okay.
reason why.
So, ma'am, what I wanted to ask you, uh, you got your first paycheck, and you bought a Tiffany ring. Now, I really wonder that you always wanted to buy a Tiffany ring when ever since you were 12. But
Yeah.
Tiffany has not been available in the country so far. So, how did it enter your consideration set?
I think I've always heard my mom talk about it when I was younger. And my first brand that I was ever exposed to was Tiffany's. So even if it was not in India, I was certain that wherever it is, I'm just going to go and buy it with my first paycheck. It just has to be a Tiffany's because I did not want to wait around for someone else to give me one.
Oh, great. So,
And it's always been put at a pedestal for me because there is no other brand that can come close to Tiffany's, honestly. Because I was just in 7th grade, and the fact that since then I've wanted to, buy myself some. The first thing I thought that I'm going to buy is going to be Tiffany's, and it's been 8 years, and the promise that I've made myself has, been fulfilled. So funny thing is, I bought this in Feb, and the store had opened just 3 days prior to my purchase. So I was lucky that ways. So when I'm standing there and the boutique manager says, "Welcome to Tiffany's," I literally had tears in my eyes, not to be dramatic, because I was fulfilling that promise to myself. So Tiffany's is a place where I think very rightly, Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany said, nothing is too bad for too long when you're in that place.
So there are questions from the audience, and they want to know that as a millennial, I'm sure you are making good amount of money, and I'm sure you must be investing them in various different asset classes. So how do you invest your money? And given the current situation, when the stock market and the mutual funds are down, and most of us find that our investments have come down substantially, whereas gold is little firm, it is holding firm. So share your ideas on the investment aspect of gold, please.
I've been investing in mutual funds. So I made my first investment this year. It was before the pandemic happened. So I think there are a lot of ideas and a lot of learning to do from this. I don't think the next time I'm just going to focus on mutual funds, as in all of my savings, whatever I had, have been gone into mutual funds. I've invested completely. So I think I'm going to keep other options open as well.
You're going to keep option open. Okay, now people want to know that one day you're going to get married. We are not going to go into the details of your personal lives, but considering the fact that suppose after 2 years you're going to get married, so how would your wedding trousseau look like? Any ideas?
I've really not thought about this. Um,
Okay, no problem.
okay, so I
It,
think
it is
I
too
want
early for
something
you.
that's really extravagant.
Okay.
I know I can say that
Okay.
with
So,
certainty that I'd want it to be quite extravagant.
see, in India, there are two aspects of buying jewelry. One is, of course, the adornment, and the second part is the investment value. Diamonds and gold have been a store of value. If you need money, you can always sell the jewelry and get money out of it. So, does the investment aspect or the resale or buyback, how important is it for you as a customer when it comes to buying jewelry?
I think I focus more on something that I can, that's more timeless, that I can, keep reusing. So I wouldn't go for anything that's way too heavy and way too out there. I'm going to go for something that's a bit more, you know, something that I can use every now and then. Whether it's just the neck piece or it's just the earrings separately, something that I can use more. So I'm not going to go for anything that's way too heavy or way too out there, because
Now,
reusability matters a lot to me.
so we'll take a question from a member of the audience, Priya Jain. He is asking you a question. When the time comes and someone proposes to you, what would be your dream ring be like?
Okay. Again, I know I'm talking a lot about it, but I think it would be a Tiffany diamond.
It will be a different.
It would be a Tiffany diamond for sure.
Okay. Now, if you have 1 million rupees to spend, and how would you spend it?
I'm just
You're
gonna,
supposed to
if
do
I've
shopping.
earned it,
Yeah.
yeah. So if I've earned it, there's gonna be like a positive reinforcement. Like
Okay.
it happened with my first paycheck, but the rest I'm saving up. I'm not too
Okay.
big on being extravagant when it comes to just spending
Okay.
money. I
So,
believe in saving more.
in case your parents decide to gift you 10 lakh rupees and they ask you to spend, they will tell you, please don't put the money in the bank or don't invest it, buy something of your choice. So, how will you split 10 lakhs? What will you buy for yourself?
That's an interesting question. I'm gonna buy myself a diamond
Oh, fantastic.
first.
Yeah. And
So
what
a
is the
lot of it
reason?
would go into that
Okay.
because I'd want like a big rock.
Okay.
The rest, I think it's gonna be clothes.
Okay.
I'm just
Now,
gonna.
when we spoke yesterday, you consider jewelry as an accessory. So, how important is the precious part? You already told me that you are wearing semi-precious rings. So, how important is the preciousness in terms of jewelry? Why I'm asking you, the particular reason being that today there are so many options available in the market, and one option is the lab-grown diamonds. Now, lab-grown diamonds is a new category as far as India is concerned. We always had American diamonds, which is a different thing altogether. Now, lab-grown diamonds are something which are very similar or the same. They have the same properties as a diamond. And I'm sure, being a millennial, you may not have given too much of thought to this, but I'm asking you, what are your views on this?
I wasn't, honestly speaking, I wasn't really aware of lab grown diamonds before we started this conversation. So I'm also taking something away from this because we all know how we get diamonds and how straining it is on the climate, on our environment as well as on the people, because obviously when there is mining, people are also being displaced. But if there is an alternative to that, that is not as straining on the environment, and it has the same properties, then I'm not averse to a lab grown diamond. Previously, I was only focused on diamonds because of the energies and it being attuned with mine, but I would place the environment over anything else. So I'm for sure not averse to that
Now,
idea.
our attendees want to know that today's youngsters are very tech savvy and they spend a lot of time on their mobile phones to do shopping on the net. So, how do you go about shopping? Given a choice, would you like to go to a store and buy jewelry, or you would prefer to buy it online?
Always in person. I would never trust buying anything that is going on me, as in I have to see how it looks on me. So I am never going to buy anything online. So I hardly ever shop online. I always go and buy things after trying them on, because
Except,
every face cut is different. So if I'm going to be buying jewelry, I'm investing so much, I would never, trust a screen.
oh, great.
Even when it comes to clothes, I don't.
Okay. No, but see, the online space is a wonderful space where you can discover products. So, logically, what girls do, your answers are very similar to most girls. They would prefer to buy jewelry going to the store, preferably with their friends or with their family, but they given a choice, they would select what they want, so they have something in their mind that this is what they are looking at. So what about you, I would like to know.
I don't try to limit myself as much. So if I already am going into something with a set mindset, I wouldn't want to deter from it at all. So I like to keep my options open. And what you see on your phone screens is sometimes completely different to what you have in front of you. So for me, buying in person and shortlisting when you see it is the best way to shop.
Oh, great. So there are certain questions, let me go through it. Okay, there is a question from Sam. He is asking you, who does Pakhi idolize? Any particular person who's your role model, preferably Indian? Okay.
I love Emily Radikowski.
Okay.
She is an actor, a model, and a businesswoman now. She has her own swimwear line, which she uses for inclusivity and to talk about body positivity. She inspires me every day because she's so confident. She stands up against what's wrong. She doesn't mince her words. She voices her opinion. She's not scared of her own to be in her own skin. She accepts herself, and she's someone who's trying to change the gender norms. The way we so blatantly label women just for being free in their own skin. So she stands at she's basically just being the person she is. She's challenging that. So she encourages me to be my own muse as well. So she's someone I really idolize.
Since you have said that you would prefer to buy from a physical store, and today most youngsters, why youngsters, everybody is looking for an experience, buying experience. So how, what do you look, what is your concept of experience in terms of jewelry? So if you are going to a jewelry store, what kind of experience do you expect?
I want someone to, if there is someone who's taking care of me as in a boutique manager, then I would really want us to be able to see eye to eye.
Okay, that's number one. What else?
Um, I love a large variety of things. If if I already have something in my head, as in if I'm going to buy a ring, basically, if it's, let's say it's emeralds. So I'd want to see a huge variety of things before I can set my heart on something.
Okay.
So I think these two things majorly.
I'm sure you must have done a lot of shopping in terms of jewelry. May not be out of your own earnings, but do you recollect any particular incident which was a wow experience for you, and you ended up buying something which you were always looking for, and you came very happy when you
I
found
think it was
something?
my mom's experience because I've been using my mom's jewelry for a really long time
Okay.
because I didn't see a point in investing in something that I'm not going to be using as much. So I recollect my mom's experience. So there was a family wedding, and we have this family jeweler, the Gujranwalas in South Ex. So my mom had gone there to help my sister who was getting married in 2018 to pick out her wedding jewelry. And the experience, the way the people handled with care and the variety that she saw, she ended up buying jewelry for herself, and she did not even have that. She did not even, step out of the house thinking that, I'm going to buy myself a set that day. And she always wanted pole keys. She loves pole keys, and she has so many varieties of pole keys, but still she ends up buying another. And it's just a really beautiful royal set.
Mhm. So our attendees want to know that you have already said that your favorite brand is Tiffany, but that is an international brand. When it comes to buying an Indian brand, what would you prefer to buy?
In terms of jewelry,
Yeah, in terms of jewelry.
Amrapali.
Oh, fantastic.
I love their tribal jewelry, even if it is not as precious, because they
Okay.
majorly make it in silver. But I love their jewelry. So that is my favorite Indian brand. The kind of variety that they have, even if, it's like you're paying for designs. So I don't mind paying for designs when it comes to Amrapali.
Fantastic. I think if there are people from Amrapali and people from Jaipur, it would be like music to their ears. You know? And so let's take some questions. You also, I'm giving an opportunity to choose from the questions. Would you like to take a go at it, please? You can see the questions, right?
Yeah, I can. I'm just reading them.
So pick up a question which we would like to answer.
Sure. How do I scroll down? Just a second. I'm totally defying the millennials right now because I'm not as tech savvy.
Okay. Very unusual.
There's this question. In your shopping list, what is the percentage of diamond jewelry, clothes, or cosmetics
Yeah.
when it comes to these three items and online shopping? So I think
Yes.
maximum would be cosmetics because a lot of brands you don't get in India, so you have to purchase them online. Uh, Diamond jewelry really does not have any place on my online shopping list at all. So naturally, second would be clothes. But I would love to step out of my house to buy clothes because I go with my Masi, Nani, and my mom. So the three of us make a day out of it. It is amazing. It's full of laughter, full of food. So I would always choose to go out when it comes to clothes.
Okay. So there is a very interesting question from Anuj Gupta. When buying diamond jewelry, what comes to into your mind? Which article, which product category comes to your mind first?
Ring.
Ring.
I love, yeah, ring for sure. I
Okay.
love Blake Lively's engagement ring. So if we're coming back to that question, I forgot to mention Blake Lively's engagement ring.
Beg your pardon? Come again, please.
I'm talking about Blake Lively's engagement ring.
Okay.
So that's the first thing that enters my head. It's a huge rock, which is beautiful. It's oval shaped. It's gorgeous. So that's the first thing that enters my head. I have a plan to buy that for myself. That bigger carrot.
So tell us something about your future projects.
I currently don't have any projects lined up, but my future plans would include lots and lots of work because I am the happiest when I am on set in front of the camera. I personally believe that I thrive in front of the camera. That's my favorite place in the whole world. So a lot of happiness in that sense. Just keep working. I want to work to a point where I don't have to think about anything else. That's the kind of work I just want to jump right into it. So I really hope that happens.
So at this juncture, actually, I am reminded of a film. The name of the film is The Intern. It has Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. So in this film, I think all of us need to have a look at it. It's 4-year-old film, but it shows how the millennials today are dominating the scene. But at the same time, how it also shows that how people who are not so young, how they can coexist with the millennials and make the world a beautiful place to live in. With this thought, I would like to now end our conversation, but not before the fact. I would like to share with all of you that you have your birthday coming on 17th of April. So please accept our best wishes in advance.
Thank you so much.
And I also know that Shah Rukh Khan is your favorite actor. So I would like to wish you all the very best. And believe me, in not too distant a future, you will be working with Shah Rukh Khan.
Let's hope so. Let's hope I also reach the heights that he's reached instead.
Great. Now, Pakkhi means a bird, and bird symbolizes freedom. So yes. I wish you all the best in your life.
Thank you so much.
May God give you enough strength in your wings to keep flying higher and higher and
thank you.
Achieve new frontiers. You have been an excellent conversationalist, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to all my attendees, you all have asked a lot of questions. There are about 40 questions. So what we are going to do is we are going to answer all your questions. All you need to do is visit jewelleryoutlook.com after 3 days and you'll find all your answers. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.